So how I said I was gonna fix this old barn here that I put hay in, I'm working on it. I put a big old piece here in the front. That's actually off one of our hay wagons. We took these runners off and put steel frames under them, and then some old wood just had laying around the farm. I never bought any lumber for this yet. I'm working on it, tearing out some of the old floor, because it's going to be best just to go ahead and put this wood in. And haven't addressed that crack yet, but we'll get to that. And I'm going to have to build up a little bit to get up this, but getting there. Beautiful day out here, man. So yeah, all this wood was wood laying around the farm, and some given to us from a family friend. We never throw wood away. So I'll get back at this. I would film it, but it's boring, and I make mistakes. Okay, here it is. These are going to be my ramps for getting up in here. Seem pretty strong. Holding this big fat man. And where that big gap was in through here, that's gone. Those ramps, by the way, I should be able to move them by hand. They're not too terrible heavy. And hoping to get up in here and set hay back here, maybe over that way, whichever, with my loader. Hopefully I don't fall through to the bottom. That would be bad. So, and I think since I was over here the last few days, or it's been a few days since I've been over here, I'm sorry. I think this stuff's grown about 4 inches at least. Man, stuff's growing good. Before you know it, we'll be busy as can be, and phone will be blowing up. Everybody wanting to know when I'm going to make it to their fields. But wanted to get this done today. It's been bugging me all winter, and it's done now. It's not the prettiest. It's used wood, but hey, it kind of matches this old barn, right? Oh, and also that gap in the concrete for this here. Yeah, I filled it in with some junk that I took away from the edge out here. Nothing. My back and a little shovel couldn't fix. We'll see how long that lasts. Still, it needs a gutter up there. All that water comes off that roof right down into here, and probably froze over the last few winters, or however long this concrete's been here. And when it freezes, it expands, cracks concrete. Not good. Also built up the sides just a little bit. I don't know, just with the leftover wood I had. Good morning, everybody. Well, headed down to the barn here to do the morning chores, get my cows fed. Scout and Desi are with me. By the way, I've not introduced Desi. She is an Australian Shepherd heeler mix, and she's 9-10 months old. We bought her to be a girlfriend for Scout. Andy just showed up, so that's the plan with that. And she's found her a stick to chew on. She'll go here to the barn and make the cats scatter. That's always fun to watch. She knows every morning when I'm getting ready to leave, because she will wait at the door. This morning she almost got tired of waiting and started barking. Mom is still in bed. Let's get down here and get our feeding done. Also, you see I'm wearing a toboggan this morning? Yeah, it's like 40 degrees. Went outside to feed the pigs this morning, which I've got them back in the garage because I can keep heat lamps on them. And yeah, I wore the same thing I wore to bed, which I'm not saying what that looks like or what it is. But it's a little cool this morning. So yeah, toboggan on for a little bit. Gonna get mid-50s. 10 degrees cooler than what it should be. Morning, Archie. Why do I name my dinner? I'll get your feed here in just a minute. Waiting on this water. Desi's trying to find something nasty, I'm sure. Morning, Junior. I call him Junior because he is still intact. He is still a bull. And if you look, that neckline, bulls will get that one. We'll get that. That one back there does not have that. He will have a dip behind his head. Bulls keep that muscle right behind their head. So my dad is not down here feeding with us this morning. He usually tries to beat me down here. We always do this about 8 in the morning. And I don't know if he tries to play some kind of game where he can get here before I do. I don't know. But either way, we both have to walk about the same distance from our houses to get down here. And he is out having breakfast with some buddies. Yeah, hey, I'm talking here. Some guys that he graduated with. I think he does that once a month. And that is great. I think that's great that he keeps in touch with them. They can go and spread gossip. No, that's right. Only women do that. But just go and talk. I think they do it once a month. They go and have breakfast. So hint to maybe some of the guys I went to school with. If you want to get together once a month, breakfast, and you buy my breakfast, I am all good with that. Or if we want to do it in the evenings and you buy me a few beers, I'm very good with that too. So, you know, in previous videos, I said, you know, don't mind my trash laying around here. Well, when we built the barn up there, we had to fill in quite a bit. And I dug all this out with my loader tractor to get clay. We go down a few inches on this hillside and we get clay. That's what this hole is over here. My little Mahindra digs it just fine. And I'll pile it up there for when we pull some equipment out of the barn. I'm gonna have to fill in some more. It got a little damp in there last fall. But I've had a friend that has a horse farm who was taking his, hi Desi, was taking his manure to a place where they make mulch. And I think they were charging him $5 a ton to bring it up there. And he was taking it by the semi-load, a dump trailer behind a semi. Well, they started charging him $20 a ton, which is ridiculous. So he needed a place to get rid of it. I put the composted stuff, which this brown will turn black if it's piled up, and that's when it's compost. It takes 8 to 12 months for that to happen. I'll put that on my fields as fertilizer. You do not want to put the fresh manure, which is what this is, on your fields. The breakdown of the sawdust that is used for the bedding will tie up the nutrients in your soil as it is breaking down. So the decomposition of the sawdust ties up the nutrients in your soil. But if you let it break down in a pile and compost itself, then put it on your fields, that process is already done. And we put it on our fields usually in the fall, because you'll get hay in it like this is. This is some wasted hay that the horses did not eat for whatever reason. You'll get that. This guy's manure is usually pretty clean. Desi, that is nasty. And I don't know why she does that. But we put it on our fields when it turns black. We usually see the results. Sometimes it takes a couple years to see the results, but we've been doing it year after year on some of our fields. And the ones that we are putting this on really strong, we are easily getting 3 cuttings. So I don't know if you've checked fertilizer prices lately on dry fertilizer. It is outrageous this year. So I don't do that unless a customer wants it or a landowner doesn't want manure, only wants the dry fertilizer. We will do that. I don't know why she's into this stuff, but that's what that is. But he's delivering this over here, and since it is fresh manure, I'm not going to use it as fertilizer. I am using it to cover up the trash that was in here. Branches, sticks, old hay. There's still some back here on that hillside that we have. And oh my God, she's drinking that water. Oh my God. I'm using it to cover this up, fill it in, because it will pack in eventually. And I'm trying to make this all nice again, trying to get rid of my landfill that I had going on, I guess you could say. And because several times I look on satellite Google view and you look down on your place, or I look at other fields or whatever, this area just looked awful, and I don't want to see that. So yeah, I'm gonna get this cleaned up. There's a tree right there my mom wants to save and put somewhere else. It is a beautiful tree. Birds probably planted it, or it came up natural, I don't know. My cows are down below in that pasture. Desi is all excited like she is every morning for whatever reason. And I have one up here eating a round bale too. All right. Not sure if he's bringing any more today. He brought it in a dump trailer behind his pickup. I think there was 3, maybe 4 loads. And but he knows he is welcome to bring more. So I want to get this cleaned up and filled in. Cool. On to our next thing. Anyone else ever seen a dog do this? Why is she biting at that tire? She does this with the little 2-wheel cart I take the trash out with too. What in the world? What's wrong with you, dog? I don't know. So yesterday I get word of a serious car tractor accident in Darke County, Ohio. The first word I got is that the lady that was in the car, an 80-year-old lady, did not survive the accident. Ended up not being true. I went and Googled it later on at home and found out that there was also a lady that was driving the John Deere tractor that turned in front of the car, and the tractor was hit, it looked like in the rear wheels, which I'm sure the lady driving the tractor was at fault. It's pretty serious. It looked pretty bad. It looked really bad. But just serious non-life-threatening injuries for the lady that was driving the car. But I want to tell you, I was in an accident, I think it's been 2 years ago now. It was in the fall. State Route 72, just south of Jamestown. Going to make a left turn on a side country road. Just mowed one hayfield, and was going to another one a few miles away, cutting across country, trying to stay off main roads. Had the disc bind mower hooked behind me, which is probably what kept the tractor from turning over. As you listen to the story here, there was a semi-tractor trailer following me, keeping its distance. We have turn signals. Yeah, they work. Along with our flashers, we have those. The semi-driver said she acknowledged my turn signals. She stayed back. I waited till I could turn left, and in the middle of my turn, I get hit in this tire. And she just grazed that, but she was in a little Chevy Cruze, I think it was. She was behind the semi-tractor trailer and thought that the semi was just going too slow, and went to pass it. And when she passed it, she hit me as I was in the middle of my turn. If it wasn't for the hay mower that was behind me, hooked to the back, this tractor probably would have been on its side, because she hit me good enough that my head went and hit the side glass. Didn't break it. Had a little bit of a headache. I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. I am now in the open station tractors without a cab, but I did not have my seatbelt on. My head went over and hit the side glass, the one on the curves around the corner there. Didn't break anything. I had a little bump on my head, no biggie, but it broke these. The front tires were pointed in, looking at one another here after she did this, because it actually jerked the tractor around on the road, probably 6 to 8 foot. The front end of the tractor got hit around. She gained control, nearly hit a pole, nearly rolled her car, but ended up a ditch just down the road. Actually, she was cruising along really good, but it broke these. This tractor was at a New Holland dealer. Her insurance had to pay for us to rent a really nice New Holland tractor that we had for 3-4 weeks. while this one was getting repaired. So she probably had a heck of an insurance bill, but it broke those on both sides. And since then also, I guess you can probably see the wires hanging down inside our tractor. We have had an electrical nightmare in this tractor for the lights, the air conditioning, wipers run off of that over there. The air conditioning fan. We have had things hot wired since then. Dad is trying to go through and figure out what is going on. We have a power issue going up to there. So something, we think, this is our theory, that runs under the cab, wire loom that runs back up there has gotten pinched. Either the cab has moved or something in the accident. We don't know. New Holland has not been able to figure it out, but Dad is racking his brain on this, and he's really good at this stuff. Dad's a good mechanic, and he's good at finding this stuff and fixing this stuff. Dad's a fixer, not a replacer, so he was trying to fix this. I think yesterday he said he's just going to get some toggle switches and make things work. All of last year, when I needed my work lights, I would just plug in wires and get it to work. Not safe. But it's what we had to do to make it work. But we're trying to get it right this year before we get started. Because once we get started making hay, breakdowns will kill you. They will kill you on time. And they will just... yeah, we do not like breakdowns. That's why we try and keep all of our equipment modern. And... but we got this tractor new in 2014. Buddy seat. That really works out great. It's Braxton's little seat. But oh well, I'll do more on this tractor later. But as I'm saying, be careful on the road with farm equipment. We don't like you behind us just as much as you don't like to be behind us. It gets scary at times. Just talking with my wife yesterday, she says she knows that when I leave the farm here on a tractor and head down the road, she worries about me until I get to the field, because it just seems like nobody has any respect for farm equipment on the road anymore. I do see some people around here, but I'm guessing they are from a farm family themselves or something like that, but others just have no idea. They will pass you on a double yellow line. They will give you the finger. I've had the finger several times, and it's not because they're telling me I'm number one. That was not the number one finger. And it just, I keep saying on an open station tractor that I'm going to carry, because I find golf balls all the time in our hay fields, but I keep saying I'm going to just start bringing some golf balls and throwing it at the car if they pass me or do something stupid. Or I was going to mount one of those train horns on our tractors. That would be pretty awesome. Scare the crap out of somebody, I guess. But the golf ball is probably not a good idea. Maybe a tomato if I had one. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, just be careful. We want to go home safe at the end of the day, and I get nervous out on the road. Our widest piece that we pull down the road right now, I think, is 14 foot wide. So like I said, we don't like you being behind us, and as much as you don't like being behind us. So at any time that we can pull over and let traffic go by, we will. We will use our signals if we have them. We will definitely use our flashing lights. Even at night, pulling our hay wagons after dark down the road, I have a magnetic flashing light that goes on the back. You'll see the flashers on in the pickup that's pulling it. We try and be as safe as we can, and we don't like to pull wagons after dark, but sometimes we have to. It's bad. But yeah, just be careful out there, please. That's all I'm asking. All right, let's get back home, kids. I think there's some cold pizza, something a little stronger than this, maybe. Going to the gas station to get it. Sounds like a great idea. And yeah, I think there's a trash truck coming. Y'all gonna chase it? All right. So hey everyone, that's it for this video. Tomorrow, first thing, I'm going to take some junk or metal to the scrap yard, just up the road. Just stuff I cleaned up around here a little bit, got it done. Because my loader tractor, my Mahindra, is going in for warranty repairs next week, and they may have it all week. Go do a little video on that too and highlight the guys at American Equipment Services that take care of me there. Great guys. It's almost out of warranty, and they have a list of repairs that need to be made, and it took them a while to get parts though. But that's what I'm doing there. We finally got our parts for our disc bind after Dad making 2 trips to Jeffersonville. Yeah, thank you to the parts guy who forgot to leave the parts, and thank you to the person who checks in the parts to make sure that they got them. That was 2 trips to Jeffersonville. Should have just been 1, but oh well. So we got our parts. We'll get it back together, and it's kind of cool out here this evening. We'll see you on the next one.